the 2024 Genesis GV60. We have some pretty big changes for the 2024 model year, and let's start out with the most important change, and that is a new rear-wheel drive model is available, and this drops the base price of the GV60 by over $7,000, and that sounds great. However, if you want a great deal on one of these GV60s, the 2023 is the way to go, and I'll show you how to get the performance model for an amazingly low price. So stick around till the end. But other changes for 2024. The advanced trim level now gets standard seatbelt pre-tensioners, and for the performance trim, you get the virtual gear shift and the Genesis digital key. And here's the crazy part. All GV60s now get 10 more airbags as standard. Like, where are they putting these airbags? That's pretty surprising, but that's great. Crash test safety is imperative, and this can certainly save your life. And also Wi-Fi hotspot, that's also going to be standard across the board for every GV60 trim level. And now let's just go ahead and let's make sense of the trim. So you have the base model standard, and that's going to start at around $53,000. This is going to be your rear-wheel drive model. Then you have the advanced at about $61,000, and the performance, that's going to be a little over 70 grand, and these prices do include destination. When you go with the rear-wheel drive models, you still get the 77.4 kilowatt battery pack. However, you're only getting 225 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. You will get the best range when you go with this rear-wheel drive, and that's going to be 294 miles of range. The advanced trim will get you all-wheel drive, and you get more power, 314 horsepower and 446 pounds-feet of torque. The performance model is also, of course, all-wheel drive, but it gets 429 horsepower and 516 pounds-feet of torque, and you get a boost button that gives you 483 horsepower for 10 seconds. This is the model that I tested, and I was really impressed with how well the performance model accelerates. It's not like the other EV cars where you get your thrust up front and then the power dies out. No, these Genesis performance models, they continue to pull, and you combine that with the instantaneous torque. These things, they feel like they have 600 horsepower on tap, but regarding the range, that goes down considerably. With the advanced trim, you only get 248 miles of range, and when you go with that performance, you're getting 235 miles of range. All three of these GV60s, it can charge from 10% to 80% in 18 minutes when you use a 250 kilowatt DC fast charger. And all your GV60s, they're going to come standard with plenty of safety features like blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control. But you step up to the advanced and the performance, you'll get additional safety tech like your 360 cameras, reverse automatic emergency braking, etc. But the point is, even with the standard model, you have all of your important safety tech. Now, I mentioned in the beginning that the 2023 is the model to go with if you want a really nice performance model at a affordable price. And the best deals that I've been able to find is about 5% off MSRP, and you do a lease. And I have a free leasing calculator in the description box below, provided to you by AutoCompanion. This is a powerful tool because this leasing calculator will show you the interest rate on the lease. And for a 2023 GV60 performance, the interest rate is only like 0.5%. And you will also get a $7,500 incentive that can be applied to the lease, and there might be an additional $1,000 incentive depending on your region. So $8,500 in incentives plus a 5% discount roughly is what you can negotiate. So on a 70K car, the selling price would be $66,500, and then you can tack on like $8,500 in incentives on top of that, so you're around 58 grand plus taxes and fees. And if you do a zero down lease, it's about $660 a month on a GV60 performance. That's not bad. However, EVs and pickup trucks, these are the two products where you can get a really low monthly payment on it, because pickup trucks have good resale value and they also have good incentives, and EVs don't have the resale value of a truck, but they have crazy incentives. And if you can negotiate a decent discount, at least 5% off, then EVs become really affordable to lease as well. And another thing regarding these really good deals on certain EVs, you have to understand that the demand for these products have certainly decreased. EVs don't work out for everyone. There are stories circulating on how these cars can just randomly catch on fire, and that's a concern for others. And long distance traveling, charging up, even with a fast charger, you're looking at close to 20 minutes to charge the thing up from 10% to 80%. So that's just not going to work out for almost the majority of America. And these end up being like a fun toy car that people might buy as a second or a third vehicle for the people that can afford these lease payments. And also we have to think about the agenda behind these vehicles as well. But I talked more about that in the Tesla price cut video, which I will have linked in the description box below. However, a 2024 GV60 Performance will lease out for considerably more money, because the interest rate on the lease is like 6 or 7%. So those go for around $900 a month. But keep in mind, leasing programs change every month. So if you're watching this in the future, it can be different. And that's why I'm going to leave this free leasing calculator in the description box so you can use it anytime and on any vehicle that you want. So if you appreciate this information and these valuable resources, please consider liking and subscribing. But thank you so much for watching. Take care and goodbye.